have that fight. Yeah, there were a few really just awkward scoutings, and the way the seed kind of was laid out. That talking a little bit about what's happened so far. PugTrio scouted a bow on Lumberjack early, where OK Game had an early Eastern dip without that bow to get their hammer, and then both teams found logically the first bow probably. Let me think about that. Yeah, it had to be the first bow because on Stumpy, because the book was locked behind that bow, which led to the boots, which led to the other bow.
Yeah.
Oh man, this game's fun, huh?
Yeah, logic is always a great discussion to have afterwards. But there we go, 2C taking down Moldorm, and that does mean that is all 7 crystals for 2C, and thus we're heading to GT.
Oh, yeah.
And it definitely, 2C's going to have quite a bit of an edge time-wise on Krellbell here. So I think we talk about traditional routing when you're by yourself, what's your route? But co-op routing is a little different. I've seen that Dark Magician strats have kind of become at least a reduced Dark Magician, where maybe you do DM Room to Hope to Compass and then go full left. Is a very common play, but we'll see how they decide to approach this one.
So what's your guess of the 1 in 22 chance of, or 1 in 22 checks of finding Big Key here?
I usually go with 7. I'm pretty kind. I don't
7?
like it to be too trolly. How about you?
I always say 1, and we just lost on that. So it wasn't on the torch, sadly.
And that really confirms that PugTrio will not find the boots on this one.
Yeah. Which is good for them that they can finish the seed, but bad for them because they won't find the boots on this one.
Yeah, and there's plenty of rooms, and
wow. That
was number 4, and there's a small key, so the small keys are there.
All things considered, with how linear and awkward the first half of the seed was, it's kind of ended up being a pretty jetty seed.
Yeah, we definitely had one of the nicer Mires possible. You don't always get a nice Misery Mire where it's, hey, I can just go.
Yeah, nice Mire, nice TR key layout. If they had actually found Quake, would have been able to go mode Ice Palace as well. You never feel like you get to go mode very many dungeons in this mode.
No, we've definitely seen it this week. We've just had pretty much 4 or 5 races every day so far this week, and I feel like we've had so many seeds where you've had to full clear everything.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, how many times have we actually had go mode in GT this week already?
Oh, I know. I think my favorite of the worst, if you want to call it, was the race where we had the Fire Rod in GT to get the Ice Rod behind Mafia.
Oh no.
That's I forgot who it was, but wow.
I was gonna say I did a comm earlier this week with boots and a required medallion in GT for Ice Rod in King's Tomb.
Oh man, that's just
so we've definitely had some brutal seeds so far this week.
Great to watch, terrible to play.
Yes. I can understand the point of the audience, but as a runner myself, I prefer to have that not happen.
Yeah, definitely. The kind of seeds you give your friends when you want them to suffer a bit and then hang out and watch. Hey, try the seed I played. It's fun. I swear, it's fun.
Yeah, don't trust somebody when they tell you that the seed was fun.
This is where all the hearts were. I forgot already. Chuck Cave had all the hearts. I think Krellbell just got 3 hearts in the last minute. and now he's at 9. That's pretty fun. The seed's been yeah, because you can see the similar situation. Futon here is still at 6 hearts at 1 hour and 18 minutes. Andy's at what, 8? But just want to say, as we get closer to the final stages of this race, just want to shout out our runners. Thanks for coming on and racing on Restream for us. 2C, Krellbell, Andy, and Futon. Those are not their links in the chat, so can't follow them based on those links, but also want to shout out our trackers, 2D Tones and Fear Agent. Doing a great job, keeping the comms honest as you do, as well as our restreamer, Carito.
So 2C into the Aga 2 fight is still going to have to go do Eastern Palace as Krellbell is beginning his GT climb. As Andy does take down Misery Mire, just has to go beat Hera, and Futon just has Turtle Rock left. Yeah, and I really, I kind of want to echo what you said about the unfortunate death. Oh, Krellbell getting has a fairy at least. I want to echo what you said about tracking. I did take a look at the tracker last night for these co-op races, and quite complicated.
That sounds awful. Yeah, I would say awful. It sounds
trackers,
like a lot of work.
I do not envy the work that our trackers do to keep us honest. But 2C heading into Eastern Palace just has to go kill Armos. We'll see how 2C wants to get back to the pyramid. 2C could flute away, go in a portal, and then save quit. Could go to 5, hammer in, and then run. Could go to 4 and then run through the Hyrule Castle gate. I'm not sure which one's actually the quickest.
Yeah, I'm not sure either, honestly. I think, to me, it always feels like the fastest would be to go to flute to 6, take the portal, and save and quit. But I actually don't know. That's something I'd be curious to, see a better runner explain it. What's the best way? Oh yeah, just has to finish up Eastern. We'll see, how close will it be? I guess he's almost at the boss. Krellbell still has to do kind of the second half of the climb here. Get through the torches, kill Moldorm, kill Aga 2. You could definitely see 2C getting to Ganon faster. It's always fun too in co-op when you get to a later part of the seed when you're kind of just racing your partner. You know where everything is, and it's like, all right, which one of us is going to get there first?
Yep. See you at the end.
It's a lot of motivation to go fast. Like, maybe I'm behind from my co-op partner. Can I still beat them? Like,
and yeah, as we said, Team PugTrio is definitely not going to be finding the boots on this one.
Yeah, with the the big key not locked behind the boots, there's no reason to ever check anything. Ooh, Futon getting hit here. Does he have a fairy? Looks like there was a fairy earlier that he'd grabbed, so that's very fortunate. I don't think he ever got that bug net. Or did he? No, I think he did. I think he did get it. I think Krellbell scouted it on OK Game side, but never actually picked it up. Yeah, 2C dropping into Ganon here. Just has to trying to go for the 1-1 with the spin and dash strats. I think gets it nicely. And, again, very nice. Both these runners finding boots gave them the silvers on Lumberjack Ledge. So Andy about to find his big key here and tell Futon, hey, we got the big key. Just need to finish up Turtle Rock and go. Just checking that last chest. I think you want to see if the boots are there, you don't want to miss them. You know, it's just one quick chest. And 2C taking down Ganon. Get your GGs in chat for 2C right at the same time as Krellbell drops in. And our first runner to finish, 2C, finishes with an official racetime.gg time of 1 hour, 25 minutes, and 8 seconds. So, as Andy starts heading up into the climb, Futon is entering the Trinex fight here. And Krellbell using that cape, very nice strategy, just make it easier to not get hit by the bats, gets a free 1-1 out of it. And finishes up the ice head, just has to get the spin, while Krellbell gets the last hit on Ganon, gets into phase 3, 4 silver arrows to finish him off. Out of magic, but has a blue potion, so not a big deal. And Futon and Andy both have all their dungeons done, just have to climb and defeat Aga 2 and then fight Ganon, but you know, at this point, it would take Krellbell not being able to finish this fight. So let's just has to get 2 more silver arrows and gets it done. So get your GGs ready for OK Game with Krellbell finishing up here. And Krellbell finishes up with an official racetime.gg time of 1 hour, 26 minutes, and 47 seconds. And you can see from the results in the race that the PugTrio did actually forfeit the race. So let's see if we get these runners in chat for an interview. And we are joined by Krellbell and 2C+. GGs.
Oh, it was 10 minutes ago and my heart's still racing. Thank you.
Wow.
Yeah, thank you. That was a exciting scene overall. A lot of like weird decisions to make.
Yeah, I think we did. What do you think, TC? How many practice runs? Maybe 8 or 9 practice runs in the last few weeks, and
Yeah.
this was probably the most exciting. Like, not only the live tourney race up against obviously very high-profile opponents, and this being our first time in Invitational, but also, I think this is my first race time race in a little while. Just been doing mostly practice, so the pressure was high, and yeah, I'm really happy with how this went. I think it's a PB for us in this category. So
Oh, cool.
So
yeah, I was one of the things I noticed at the very end there. When you killed Trinex, you got a piece of heart, which gave you another heart. Then you popped into Hookshot Cave and got 2 more hearts. And then you entered GT with 9 hearts. So pretty low percent seed, even for an All Dungeons co-op. or even for a co-op rather.
Yep, a little bit low percent, but that's why I kind of went out of my way to get picked up a blue potion and picked up those extra 2 hearts. 2C's really good at calling out safeties, so he said, "Hey, by the way, there's hearts in the first and fourth chest in Hookshot Cave. You can pick them up if you feel like you need them." And I thought, yeah, calm the nerves. And I ended up needing them. I ended up going through all my consumables.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those situations where if you don't have it, it ends up kind of slowing you down just because you're trying to be extra safe. You don't want to get hit, you don't want to die. But when you do have it, you can be a little more cavalier about how you do things, even if you end up needing to use your safeties. So.
Yep, that's exactly what my thinking was, and ended up paying off. Well, we had a little bit of time to talk with Andy and Futon about kind of about the routing divergences. So I'm really excited to rewatch the VOD on this one. It seems like there was some pretty significant routing divergence from what I hear. Yeah,
I think it was interesting there. If you want to get a bit of a spoiler before watching back, the major thing that kind of happened, it actually happened on both sides too, was the runners having enough items to do most of the things they were checking. I think you went into Thieves Town without the hammer, and then so did Futon. And then when 2C went in, he had the hammer, found the fire rod. But then Andy, instead of going in to go grab the mirror immediately to go start checking stuff, said, "Oh, I'll wait for a second." Skipped Thieves Town and then found the bow immediately after that. So then when Futon first got to the Dark World before Andy went to Pod, but didn't mimic clip, so didn't have the book when he went to the mountain, and Futon was the one who did the mountain first. So just a lot of times when one of the runners on a team was going into an area without having everything to complete the area, and then the other runner following in the footsteps and saying, "Okay, I'll grab that later." So.
Yeah, so it seems like the single divergence that kind of informed a lot of the rest of it afterwards was, I guess, me doing potion camera unlock for the pod clear, which pod was stacked on this one. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, for sure. Flute
that
book that led to boots, and yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit unfortunate that the fire rod was in Thieves Town big. We were willing to take the risk, I guess, since I had the hammer.
Yeah, and just real quick to shout out Andy. Although forfeiting the race itself, go ahead and continues to complete the seed. Just finished up now, so get your GGs in chat for Andy.
Yep, GG. So this is my last race for week 1, but 2C and our third teammate Wired Wiki will be going up against Andy and Futon again in, what is that, this Saturday at 3 Eastern?
Yeah, Saturday 3 p.m. Eastern time.
Yep. So we'll see. I know we're we're not the statistical favorites to I think we're rather low percent on the week's pick'em, which is what we were expecting. But yeah, it's certainly excited going into game 2 in this, and then yeah. Oh man, what a way to get welcomed into Invitational League.
Yeah.
Just on that point of the pick'em, I think for you guys, this becomes the 6.52% of people who picked you guys are definitely feeling pretty good about that.
I'm trying to remember if I was one of those 6.5%.
Well, I guess we have some friends, so that's nice.
Hey, you know what? If we win 2 games in week 1, I'll take the 2 wins in week 1 and the loss on the pick'em. I think that's a fair trade.
Yeah, kind of funny part. Another fun part in the seed was how Quake was required for both dungeons. We had like both Bombos and Ether, and it was just like happened to be in Skull Woods. It's like one of those like timing things that you mentioned, Beer. That at the moment that I was gonna do Skull Woods backwards, Krell called out the boots. I mean, I gotta go get them.
Yep. It was actually kind of funny because 2C skipped left side swamp, and then when I'm going into swamp, I was debating. I'm thinking, all right, it's like I know I'm at an execution disadvantage, so we have to kind of play aggressively, and so I was very, very tempted to skip left side swamp, and then I went there, and Bombos was there, and I'm thinking, oh man, so if Bombos is either TR or Meyer, which we didn't know at the time, thinking, oh, this is looking good. This, or wait, no, I think we knew Meyer, but not TR. But anyway, I was thinking, oh man, is this Galaxy Brain? Is this gonna be the left side swamp play to win? And then it was nothing.
It helped with the cold stare fight, though.
Oh yeah.
Or potentially, I suppose.
Yeah, I know it would have been faster to just go Fire Rod and Tempered, but I was a little rusty on my energy cold stare, so took the slightly safer approach. But yeah, I don't think I have that much more to say about this. Thanks 2C for another great run. These are a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun in practice leading up to this. So yeah, this was a high pressure but very exciting and fun run. And thanks to 2C, big GGs again to Andy and Futon, and best of luck in the next one. And yeah, thanks to comms trackers, everyone who watched. Yeah, big thanks to everyone. This was a really kind of one of the most exciting matches I've ever had in my rando history since 2017. So yeah, thank you all so much.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. And just real quick, do you mind shouting out again what when your next race is and opponents?
Saturday, 3 p.m. Eastern time.
Cool. Yeah, looking forward to that. Congrats on the win again.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you for all the comms and stuff. I appreciate it.
Yeah, and so I guess that's going to be it for this race. Radical Sniper, thanks for coming with me here today. This was really fun.
This was a pleasure.
Do you have the schedule? Do you know what's coming up next?
Yeah, I can actually pull that up because there is plenty of racing still tonight. If you did not get enough, you got more options. So at 9:40 tonight, we have the first match between I Like Big Boots and Frozen Leftovers. That'll be on SpeedGaming 6. And then at 10:10 tonight, we have Game 2 between Skull Kids and Waffle House Drive-Thru. That'll be on SpeedGaming 4. That'll close out today's. I don't know if the other race that was started at 6:10 is still going, but over on SpeedGaming 4, there was a race between Team Go and the Spoilers. And then we have quite a bit of racing tomorrow. No restreams yet decided, but we will definitely try to get as many races up on restreams throughout the whole league season. So if you enjoy the content you are getting the pleasure of seeing, do make sure to follow all the SpeedGaming channels, because seriously, Invitational League will have pretty much almost every game, if not every game, restreamed throughout. So definitely well worth your time if you are enjoying the content. And this is just week 1. Remember, there are 7 modes for the regular season before we hit playoffs. So plenty of great rando action throughout. But I believe that is going to do it for us today here at SpeedGaming. Once again, thank you to everybody. Make sure to do follow those runners, and shout outs to everybody helping behind the scenes, making sure that this show goes on as smoothly as it does. But with that, I think we're gonna call it here. Got anything else on Made Beer?
Just want to say I'm looking forward to more rando action. So,
Yep. So see y'all later.
have a good night.